Brainidos presents Is Time Actually Speeding Up? The Unsettling Truth. Something strange is happening. Everyone feels it. It's like time itself is thinning, slipping through our hands faster with every passing day. Weeks disappear, months melt together, and before you even finish processing 1 year, another one is already gone. But is it just in our heads, or is there more to it than that? I mean, clocks haven't changed in the sense that a minute is still 60 seconds, and physics didn't quietly roll out an update. So what the heck is going on? Well, the answer is as complex as it is unsettling. Let's slow down for a few minutes and take a closer look. Social acceleration, the world on fast forward. Modern life runs on a tempo that would have seemed impossible merely a century ago. If you think about it, everything is optimized for one thing, and that's speed. Technology evolves faster than we can emotionally adapt to it. Information spreads quicker than we can comprehend. Trends rise and die within weeks. We're constantly updating, refreshing, reacting, caught in an endless loop of motion. The outcome is a background hum of hurry, a low-level urgency that never turns off. We're essentially trapped in a system that rewards velocity, the constant next thing. The faster you move, the more relevant you stay. But the faster you move, the less you feel. Because instead of living in the moment, you're chasing it. This leaves you with a kind of temporal vertigo, the uncomfortable feeling that the future keeps arriving before the present has even had a chance to fully land. Collapse of boundaries. The lines between activities have dissolved. Remember when our days had distinct transitions? Like leaving the workplace, sitting down for dinner, or going out on weekends? These little separations help the brain mark chapters in the story of your life. Now, we wake up, check emails before getting out of bed, eat lunch while scrolling, watch TV while half working, and answer messages before falling asleep. Everything overlaps. The problem with this is that without boundaries, the brain can't segment experiences. And when everything blends together, time loses its edges. By the way, that's why the pandemic years felt like a melted block of time for so many people, because our external structure vanished. Even after things reopened, that blur remained. We never truly rebuilt the rhythm. Attention crisis, the noise that erases the present. It goes without saying that we're living in the noisiest era in human history. In particular, over the last 20 years, our attention has been divided into a million pieces. From ads to social media, breaking news to text messages. Virtually endless fragments of right now are competing for our attention. You know what I'm talking about. You start an article, switch to a message, check a notification, scroll a reel, all within a single minute. But guess what? Your brain doesn't perceive that as multiple events. When attention is constantly fragmented, your mind can't anchor itself in the present long enough to form solid memories. And if you're not encoding memories, time slips right by. Quantity over depth, the endless micro-events that never congeal into memories. The modern brain is clearly overloaded. We're consuming more data in a day than a 19th century person might have in a year. Yet, most of it evaporates instantly. While our ancestors experienced fewer events, they processed them more deeply. A single conversation could echo for weeks. A book could change their entire worldview. Today, even profound moments struggle to stick. You can witness history unfold on your phone and then scroll past it in seconds. When everything is available instantly, nothing feels sacred. The overload flattens emotional depth, and when life loses depth, it loses duration. A civilization outrunning itself, the digital flattening of time. For most of history, human life followed the pace of nature. The rising sun told us when to wake, the harvest told us when to work, and the cold told us when to rest. Today, those natural cycles barely apply. Clocks are digital, schedules global. Our culture runs on artificial light and endless productivity. Your screen glows the same at midnight as it does at noon. There's no sense of dawn or dusk in the digital world, only continuity. You can scroll, consume, or work endlessly. The body, however, still expects pause, transition, and rest. When it doesn't get those things, your inner sense of duration collapses. And so the days just blend, because nothing ever truly stops. Living in anticipation, collective anxiety, and the end of certainty. There's also a psychological and cultural layer, the sense that the world is utterly unstable. In reality, the human mind was never built to process global chaos in real time. Yet every day, we're hit with wars, crises, scandals, disasters, a non-stop stream of instability that keeps our nervous systems on high alert. Underneath all that motion, something trembles, a restless pull toward the future that never lets the present fully settle. When everything feels uncertain and unpredictable, our minds tend to focus more on short-term survival than on long-term meaning. This chronic forward-leaning posture distorts time perception. Hours vanish while you worry about hours that haven't even happened yet. It's a strange paradox. The more afraid we are of wasting time, the faster it slips away. Familiarity equals speed, the memory compression effect. By the time we reach adulthood, the external rush of the world meets the internal compression of the mind. You see, the brain measures time by change, by how many distinct memories it records. When you're a kid, everything is new, from the first bus ride to the first heartbreak. Novelty floods your senses, and your brain lays down dense, detailed memory traces. Life feels thick, and time stretches. But as you age, life gets more predictable. You drive the same routes, talk to the same people, and more or less go through the same motions. Your brain, being efficient, stops recording repetitive information in detail. It basically compresses your experiences, like shrinking a video file to save space. So time seems to collapse. When you look back, last month doesn't stand out from the month before. You did things, but your brain didn't tag them as memorable, so it feels like nothing happened. In other words, without novelty, the mind stops marking time. Why this feels different than before? Some argue that people have always felt this way. And yes, older generations complained about time flying too. But something is different now. While time itself hasn't changed, the world we built around it certainly has. We engineered speed to save time, and somehow ended up erasing the feeling of it. We traded rhythm for rush, and now we live in a blur that moves faster than meaning can form. Perhaps that's why so many people feel unanchored, like life is happening to them instead of through them. We measure our days in updates and our worth in reactions, forgetting that awareness, not efficiency, is what makes time real. But there's something quietly defiant in noticing all this, and realizing that the blur is not normal, and that you're still human enough to feel disoriented by it. Maybe that's the only way to reclaim time. The world may not slow down for us, but we can choose to move through it differently, moment by moment, breath by breath. If this resonated with you, give it a like and share it with your friends and family. If you'd like more videos that make you think instead of just react, hit subscribe. And tell me in the comments, when did you first start noticing that time feels faster? Thanks for watching.